Today I want to show you a fun little app that I made using p5js and large language models such as Ollama and OpenAI ChatGPT. So this app is running in my browser right now. It's connected to multimodal model, meaning you can send this model not only the text prompt, but also an image input. So you can ask questions about the image. I'm going to just draw something. So let's say I want to draw a cake with a candle on it. Some simple drawing. And then I can ask the model a question. So here are some from the preset. You can ask, guess what this image is, or name a painter who could be the creator of this artwork. Guess who this cartoon character is. Create a funny caption to the drawing. And how do I use it? Funny answer, please. So let's start with guess what this image is. And you can choose a provider between local Ollama if you want to process everything locally offline. So I'm using LLaVA multimodal model for this. Or you can connect your OpenAI API key and then send your request to ChatGPT. And I'll choose Ollama for this. And then you can ask. It's going to take some time. I'm running Ollama LLaVA model on my MacBook Air with only 8 GB of RAM, so this is going to take some time. And I had to edit out the waiting part, but finally I got the response. And my model did a good job responding to this image. Cake with a candle in it. So it did a good job. How about we change the question? Create a funny caption to this drawing. And I'm going to ask it one more time to the same drawing. Well, for this question, the LLaVA model didn't do a very good job. I wanted something funny, but it is just describing the image, a small birthday cake image with ice cream and cherry on top, 26J Jalashchari. And it's definitely what I asked. And in my prompt, in my source code, I asked the answer to be pretty short. And it didn't follow the instructions very well. This is a problem with a smaller model because the LLaVA model that I'm using is only 8 billion parameters and the quality of the response can vary quite a bit. How about I ask the same question, this time to OpenAI ChatGPT. I've already set up my environment variable with my private secret API key, so this is going to just work. Let's ask. And that was pretty fast. One candle, cake diode approved. Yeah, I guess that counts as funny. How about I clear this one and start over? I'm gonna make my brush a little smaller and I'll do my best with the trackpad to draw something. Let's see if the model can guess what this is. Maybe you can guess who this is. Let's ask Ollama who this cartoon character is. It said anime character. Well, that's kind of half correct. How about I ask OpenAI? Not the answer I was looking for. How about I ask it one more time? I don't know who this is. How about I color it to help the answer? Really make it a little more clear. Yes, so I painted the hair with yellow, and now this is the answer I was looking for. Goku from Dragon Ball. Okay, let's try another question. Name a painter who could be the creator of this artwork. Let's try something very obvious, hopefully. And let's first ask Ollama. Interesting. Unsure, as none are instantly associated. Really? Let's try ChatGPT. Yes, Pierre Mondrian. That's what I was looking for. Let's try one more question before we go into the code. How do I use it? Funny answer only. So I'm just gonna draw and let's ask Ollama first. Picture or description of image. I don't know what this means. Let me try one more time. It just says line. Not sure about that. Let me try OpenAI. Nail it like a pro with the emoji. Okay, that's better. How about I do it one more time? Nail it or fail it. This is pretty good. And if you want to save this image, maybe you want to share it on social media or something, then you can hit the save button. Then the image is saved with this response as a file name, nail it or fail it.png. And now I'll go over the code. Instead of going over every single detail, I just want to point out some key details. And if you just want to try out, you can download the source code from the website, designersdcode.com. And I thank those of you who purchased my product and support the channel. When you download the source code and check out the source folder, there are only two source files, generate.js and index.js. Generate.js file contains the code that handles sending requests and receiving the response from the AI model. It has mainly two functions. One is called generate Ollama. This is using Ollama API from the locally installed Ollama program. You can see we are sending a prompt as well as an image. And you can also set a few different options. I only included a few, but if you look at the official documentation, there are quite a few other options or parameters you can set, like temperature, which decides how sort of creative the model can be. NumPredict is how many tokens it will generate. So that'll be the length of the response. And there are top K and top P. You can look at the description to learn more about it. So that's generate Ollama. And on the top, there's another function called generate OpenAI. What's interesting about Ollama is that it also supports OpenAI API endpoint. So you can use this function to send a request to your local Ollama model by just changing the base URL. It'll be localhost. And you can also set the model. So when the provider is Ollama and we are using LLaVA model, which you must have it installed in advance. Then I'm setting max tokens to be 30, pretty short response. And the OpenAI API has some parameters you can set as well, like temperature here or top P. Or if you have set your own API key for OpenAI ChatGPT, then we will send a request to OpenAI API server to https://api.openai.com. And then you will have to set up your OpenAI API key from the OpenAI website dashboard. To set up your OpenAI API key, in the project root, you can create a file called .env.local and then copy and paste your API key into this environment variable called bit OpenAI API key. And that's how you send a request and get the response back. And index.js contains P5 code to set up UI element as well as drawing. So from the top, we have two providers, Ollama and OpenAI. And we have prompt string array. So these are the predefined prompts. To add your own prompt, it's as easy as just adding one more item to your prompts array. And we have p5js sketch in the instance mode. In the setup function, we set up the UI elements, things like prompt select drop-down menu items, provide a select element, generate button, which contains generate function that sends your request to the API. And when we get the response back into the guess variable, then we set the guess paragraph value. We also set up the clear button. We can clear the drawing as well as the response text. We have a color picker as well as a save button. When the save button is clicked, we will save canvas as a PNG file, but because the response may have some special characters, we first remove any white space and replace any characters that are not alphanumeric values. Then we only keep the first 40 characters, so it doesn't become too long. And in the draw function, we are drawing all the path by getting each path data from the path array, which has points array, color value, as well as stroke weight value. We set them up, And from each path, we get each point and set them as vertex. We also check for key press. So when you press open or close square bracket, it will change your brush size. And there are a few mouse event functions to handle when we push a new path, when we push a new point, etc., etc. So the code is pretty simple. It's only 170 lines long, plus 2 generate functions in the generate.js file. That's it for today. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.